Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for an old school bodybuilding workout. A quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so. If you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I would also greatly appreciate that, so thank you so much. All right, so what I've been doing on kind of the days I'm going to deadlift, I bench first, mainly because I just want to bench before I deadlift. Right now, getting chest and triceps and stuff bigger is a higher priority than me. My deadlift is always going to be strong. Normally, however, today I ran into a minor issue and I went to deadlift and I realized I can't pull today. I'm getting a lot of just axial fatigue, low back fatigue. My body let me know, so everything was just traction work today. Benching went good. It's like I said last time, I messed with closed grip a little bit again last time. Noticed it wasn't where I wanted it. I went back to my normal kind of pinkies on the rings, just flat back paws. Strength was right where it was. Last week everything's good. I'm relatively happy with doing sets of 8 with all pause work flat back with this weight, because it tells me that my bench is, definitely above 315 still. So for me personally, so that people know kind of where this scales, this tells me my bench is holding. My bench is about 330 to 340 for me right now, easily based on this still, in spite of the cutting. When I benched 365 for a 2-second pause, I was doing 3 sets of 10 with 250. So 5 more pounds and 2 reps usually equals like that 365 bench for me, just knowing where I've been. So again, perfectly happy with this on a cut. If I can stay even with this all the way through a cut, I'm in a good place, because even if I get down, to something like 190, if I can still walk in and just easily hit an easy 315 bench, we're in a good place. So again, perfectly fine. So I'm actually happy with these sets. They're right where I want them. I'm in a good place here. Plus, I feel a lot more chest. So the thing is, I do need my chest and arms and stuff to grow. Like, I need them to continue to grow. And even though I have that thick chest from the side, I do feel like biceps, triceps, and pecs will do a lot more for me. So I'm going to keep doubling down on the dips, because they really hit my chest and my triceps. And I noted that the other day, and I'm still going to do some of the skull crushers. I noted that the other day, though, that when I go back and I look historically, whenever my triceps have ever been their biggest, I was doing lots of dips. There's a definite correlation there. So what I did on this, I couldn't deadlift. I put 405 on the bar to do a warm-up rep. I usually do that. I usually grab 405. It felt really, really, really heavy. I'm like, I'm not deadlifting today. If the 405 feels that heavy, I'm not going to get a quality set. So my low back is fatigued. I'm like, I'm not going to row either. Let's do lots of traction work. Everything traction, traction, traction. I don't want anything to load my spine today, because I'm going to come in and squat tomorrow. Let's just do reverse hypers. So I did my 3 full sets of reverse hypers, and I did supersets on those with weighted chins. Because I'm also like, look, I do need more bicep. Weighted chins, weighted pull-ups both work for me. I did wide grip pull-ups last time or yesterday. I'm like, let's just do some full range of motion chins. So I always point that out, and people argue with me. I'm like, guys, I cannot go over the bar on a pull-up. I can't do it on a lat pull-down either. So it's my shoulders won't do it. Now, for me to get over the bar with chin movements, I've got to be close grip. So I'm like, let's just do some full range of motion chins. Why? Because they still work my lats. My lats are a dominant body part, but they work my lats, and it gives me extra bicep work. So I'm going to double down on more and more bicep work. I do feel that I need it, even on the cut, if I can get my arms to grow. So I'm going to do a lot of dips for the pec and the triceps. I'm going to keep doing, obviously, some extensions, because those skull crushers felt good yesterday with a lighter weight. I'll probably do some tomorrow. But I'm like, I'm going to do some dips today. Because realistically, though, yeah, I want bigger triceps too. But I feel like biceps and pecs would do a lot for me as I continue to get leaner. Like, I feel like my legs and my back are in a good place. So if I can add muscle anywhere, it would just be to my overall pecs. It would be to my arms. And even though, we could argue about delts, honestly, and as I'm getting leaner, I'm really in certain angles. My delts are pretty good size. I just have to get leaner. But I did do some rear delt work today anyways. But again, I'm like, let's just do some of these chins. So again, doing these, I'm doing the full range of motion. And some of these are a dead hang, so that people understand what I mean on the lockout. They're like, you're not locking. I am. That's a dead hang. That's a full dead hang. So some of those are for a couple of seconds. That's it. So that is a full stretch for me, and that puts my scapula completely rolled forward, so I get that stretch. It's just where I get the most lat stimulus. So I did 3 sets of those just with my supersets on reverse hypers. So we still kept posterior chain and leg work in here. And I chose to skip calves today also for that same reason. I'm like, I had all that axial fatigue happening. We have all that axial fatigue happening. And so accordingly, I just want everything to be traction today. So this still gives me some lower body work. But I'm like, well, let's do pull-ups, let's do weighted dips, let's do reverse hypers. And so the whole idea here, I wanted all these exercises to pull on my lower back. I need them to pull on my lumbar region. And again, there's no pain or discomfort. It's just a case of I can tell that the fatigue is really high in my low back from all the stuff. So I'm like, let's just put traction on all of it. Reverse hypers give restoration work. All the hanging does restoration work. And so we hopefully get that recovered a little bit and we can get right back on track with that. But I think it's because, again, we are doing all this stuff every day, right? Every day we're squatting or deadlifting, and then we're doing calf raises. It's just a fair amount of compressive stress. So again, it was just one of those cases where I went to pull and it just felt heavy, and my low back was just like, it did not want to really fire. So again, just recovery. So again, it'll be fine though. So again, I want to be clear. It's not like I felt any discomfort. It's not like an injury or pain. It's just that the area just felt weak, and I could tell it was feedback from my body. So then I decided, let's do the dips. After benching, dips were harder. They were hard. Like getting 8 reps was really tough, right? You can see me like, man, fighting with those final reps. It's just like, oh, so these are pretty much limit sets. But again, focusing on that deep stretch, also noticing, look how thick I am there. It's like, man, when I get leaner, we're going to be in a good place. But we have to just keep trimming the body fat down. So again, I'm still at 211. I didn't whoosh at all. But I'm going to push some of this up a little harder. Like I said in the streams, though, I also, because I've been sweating more, I bumped salt a hair this week. I also added creatine back in, so that might be keeping me from whooshing a pound or 2. So I'm just going to keep hammering away at it, though, and we'll keep going down. And like I said, I need to go under 200. Realistically, as I keep saying, I'm 48 and a half. 50's coming. I need to stay under 200 pounds. So I'm just going to go down under and just stay there. And let's just get lean and just stay under 200 and just work on body composition, recomping lean gains down in the 190s, whatever we got to do. But I've just got to keep getting leaner, keep getting leaner. And my outreach will be better for it. I'll be healthier for it. But I've just realized that more and more, guys. How many of my contemporaries have fallen by the wayside? I don't need to be walking around over 200 pounds. Health is wealth. And let's just be a lean, trim, mean Blaha moving forward. But again, notice into those angles, like the thickness is there. So what happens when we get leaner? What happens if we go down to, 190 or whatever, 195? We get lean, we get abs, we get the waist small. I've got all that thickness there, and I could really see it coming down with that the plate out in front. So honestly, even my arms are better than I realized there at those angles. So to get them a little bigger, but we get leaner, get the waist smaller. I'll be in a real good place. So we keep doing the training. I'm eating clean. I'm doing that chicken, brown rice, broccoli, avocado type diet. We're doing the fasted cardio every day. The weight has been coming down. Keep in mind, when I first carved up, I shot up from 222 to 227, but I'm down to 211. So if I were to look at it, from that context, so that really is something like 16 pounds, not 11. I can do that again. Let's get another 16 off, or another 15, right? Let's get down to 195, 196, and then see where we're at from there. But it's totally doable. The dips, though, they felt really good. And then I'm like, let's do some rear delts. I do feel like rear delts need to be a bigger focus at this point than side delts or anything. I am doing some side delts. But I feel like coming in and spending a little more time on rear delt exercise is probably best. My front delts are big from all the pressing. And the rear delt work does carry over to the side delt. So I decided, let's just do some rear delts today. All right, then biceps, biceps, biceps. My triceps were lit, by the way. My triceps from the dips, and then still getting used to those skull crushers yesterday. They felt like they got hammered super hard today. Like, let's just leave them alone. But my biceps still had plenty left. So I'm like, let's just train the biceps. Let's finish off the biceps. We did those chins. Let's keep pushing the incline curls because these burn like hell. I get that deep stretch on these incline curls. just has such a unique feeling for my biceps. And so again, I'm just going to push these really hard for a phase. I did barbell curls for a while. Let's push the incline curls for a while. So I did 3 sets of these pretty much to failure. So this is about 12 reps, right at 12 reps. They stick at the bottom after the 12th. I can tell I don't have another rep around there, so I picked a weight I could do right about 12. And then I slow that last rep down, and it's just pretty much impossible to get out of the bottom after that. So once it hits that, we are at failure. So even though I don't look like I'm there much, I can tell the weight's just not moving. I'm coming down and it just sticks. So I'm done. So it's temporary muscle failure. So again, taking these kind of to the limit, and then I did 2 sets of banded curls to failure afterwards to again continue to get that blood flow, because I do have to watch that. I had been getting from the pullovers, I've been getting a lot of tendon inflammation there, but it's gone now. But I want to make sure it doesn't come back, so I'm going to do that. And as far as even the triceps with some of that, because I'm adding the skull crushers in, I might start messing with a little bit of band press downs, just on my off days or in between. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. Might not necessarily always do them on camera, but they wouldn't be a bad idea just to continue to work in and continue to get that work. So again, did my 3 sets of incline curls. So we did 3 sets of chins, 3 sets of incline curls. That's a fair amount of bicep work for one day, considering I've been hitting biceps with something every day. So again, I'm going to keep doubling down on the arm work, right? And so then I finished up with some band curls just to get a good pump, make sure I get blood flow to those tendons, and I just finished the biceps off. And these felt really good at the end. I think 2 sets was enough. I thought about doing a third. I'm like, you know what, guys, we're done. This is plenty of work. Let's go get all that cardio done. I've done 2 hours of fasted cardio already. I haven't eaten yet. My food's cooking now while I'm getting this vlog recorded. So overall, other than the low back fatigue, really good upper body workout, really good then posterior chain with the stuff in. So hopefully we'll get a good squat session tomorrow. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.